Hi, Pete Moore and welcome to Mart TV. And I'm quite excited because this is Beretta's BRX1 straight pull rifle. It's the first straight pull they've ever made, and it's caused a lot of controversy, not only for the price but also for the features, as we shall see. First of all, it's not a rip-off of a Blaser. There are a few features that are similar. Threads hold the barrel on, you have the cocker, that sort of thing, but really apart from that, internally it's completely different. What the BRX has done in many ways is produced a rifle at what I consider a very good price, with a lot of features you might pay for as extras on another rifle. So it's a straight pull action, bang boom. It uses a rotary bolt, probably like the M16 AR-15 bolt. It's got a multi-lug bolt. In this case it's eight lugs for a standard calibers like 308, 30-06. And in the Magnum one, which is 300 Win Mag, it has 16 lugs. Basically you have another row of 8 behind the first one. But features are incredible, as we shall see. The other thing is, there was a factory recall on the BRX earlier on in its life. Apparently somebody bought one and didn't put the bolt in right, and it caused a problem, which Beretta have fixed. They used 6 modifications, and I've had this for 3 weeks now. I've put a lot of ammo through it, and I've changed the bolt, changed all sorts of things around. I haven't had a single problem. So what do you get for your money? Well, you have options on barrel lengths in different calibers. Currently there's only 3 calibers available. That's 308, 30-06, and I said 300 Win Mag. 308 and 30-06 offer a 20-inch tube or a 22.5-inch tube. The Win Mag is a 24.5-inch for logical reasons, and that is only on special order. What I've heard from Beretta is that next year they'll be introducing 6.5 Creedmoor, hurrah, and also 243 Winchester. I'm assuming that as this model grows, they'll introduce 270 and some more European characters for it. I don't know, but I think that's the way it's going to be. Okay, barrels are cold hammer forged, complete with the chamber section, threaded 14x1, and the really good thing about the barrel is this is a Picatinny rail, and it's attached to the barrel, to the actual monoblock here. So when you get the gun, unlike certain other brands, you have to throw 400 quid at detachable scope mount. Not the case here. You just get a set of decent rings and whack it on. If you want something a little bit more, you can go with a 17mm dovetail, or you can go with what Beretta call their quick coupler system, which is, I assume, just a QD system, but that's on top. So you have to specify that before you buy the rifle. But quite frankly, from my point of view, this big fat Picatinny rail is just what you need. Scope on it, red dot on it, doesn't matter, it's there and it's fixed. The stock is synthetic moulding. It's surprisingly rigid. It doesn't look amazing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't look crazy. The action here is an aluminium machining of high strength alloy, which holds the trigger group, the magazine, and obviously a place for the bolt carrier to run. The butt got a reasonable height comb, nice full pistol grip, and Beretta will be offering removable pistol grips. This section here, like the Tikka T1 and T1X and T3X, you can unscrew it and put a different grip on it, which is quite a nice feature. And it comes with a 1/2-inch spacer and a rubber recoil pad, obviously probably from Beretta shotguns. Beretta will also supply extra different size spacers and also different thickness recoil pads. Magazine is this very subtle blaze orange, which I think is a great idea. If you lose your mag, it's a bummer. But if you drop this mag, even in the big bad bush, you'd be hard pressed not to find it. It has 2 release catches at the base, and so it's a capacity of 5 rounds, and that's in all calibers. So usually with a Magnum, you lose a round, but not in this case. Another good thing about this gun is the trigger is adjustable. It's in a pack, it's like a squared trigger pack. And on the side is a button which you push up for the various weights. Weights are 2.8 pounds, 2.4 pounds and 1.9 pounds. There's a decocker. You've got a latch here, so basically the gun is in fire mode. You push it down and it drops it into a white colour there. First it's red for fire, white for non-fire, but in white mode you still get bolt operation for unloading. And if you want to lock the gun down totally, you just press the catch and it clicks down to locked mode. In locked mode, the gun will do nothing. When you take the carrier group out completely, you can take this bolt operating handle here, reverse it to the other side, as we shall see. You can take the bolt out, separate the bolt body from the bolt head. You can rotate the bolt head 180 degrees so the gun can eject from the left and operate from the left with the handle, or you could leave this handle in the right hand position and then still rotate the bolt head so it ejects to the left. It's entirely up to you. And you know, left hand shooters always had a pretty rough deal, but this thing, you pay the standard whack, there's no extra money or anything, and if you want it left handed, then it's 30 seconds, a bit more if you're not quite used to it, and the thing's changed over. It's as simple as that. It's very clever. This is part one. Part two, it'll be a bit more boring for the people that criticise me as being really boring and techie, but that's the way I am. And I believe with a system like this, you need to understand what it offers so you can make a buying decision. Part two is on the bench. I show how to take the bolt out, how to take the trigger pack out, adjust the trigger, how to change the bolt around. I'm very, very impressed with this so far, very impressed indeed. So what we're going to do now, we're going to shoot the thing right-handed, then I'm going to swap it all around. We shoot it left-handed so you can see the ejection path and if you can shoot it left and right-handed. And then I'll give you my views on the final thoughts of the BRX. I actually quite like it. It's a clever design and it's been injected into a marketplace that is now fully aware of straight pull actions and switch barrel rifles. So it's probably setting itself up for a really good journey. The price is mad, £1,500. For that you get the switch bolt, switch handle, adjustable trigger, very easy loading because there's nothing there to impede you, top loading, loading through the action, or just pulling out the mag, double column, 5-shot, easy peasy. The adjustable trigger's okay. It's perhaps not as good as a fixed weight trigger, something that just set about just over £2 and that's the end of it. But this is how they do it, and I can see the appeal. For me, it worked well at 1.9, quite a crisp release, very little drag, but moving down the weights to 2.4 and 2.8, it's starting to feel a bit mushy, and that's a problem with that sort of trigger. You're trying to please everybody, you can't. Synthetic stock, it's tough, it works, free floats the barrel nicely. Again, it's not the prettiest synthetic stock, though it's practical. Accuracy wise, I shot, I think about 8 different loads through it, from 130 grain up to 170 grain in various 308s in non-lead and lead. And their MOA claim holds up reasonably well. The best shooting was done with Barnes TTSX 150 grain and TTSX 130 grain. The 150 was coming in, I would say, about 0.7, very respectable, and the 130 grain, which is light, which I didn't expect would do well, came in about 0.9, so under MOA. But averaging out all the makes, adding it up, it works out that the gun will shoot MOA pretty much. So yeah, it's a shooter as well. Recoil's quite pleasant in 308. Action, the first one I thought was quite stiff, but what it is, it's running over the trigger mech. It decelerates a little bit. So, but as you see when I shoot it, you can be quite fast. You just got to be a little bit aggressive. But then again, any straight pull action you've got to be aggressive with, otherwise it doesn't work as well as it could do. So the price is monster knockout. Future potential is good. I think Beretta are going to have a BRX2 eventually, and it's going to be more barrel options, more calibers, more furniture options, and more finish options. And that is very, very clever indeed. It might bump the price to 2K, but then again, people will start thinking it's a Beretta again. I'm not trying to be ingenuous. Some people go, oh, it's not a Beretta, blah. That's balls. It is a Beretta, and that's it. They've taken a different route to their nice shotguns. It's all made on machines. No hand finishing, no nothing. And it's a good, solid, modern working rifle. And say, apart from my niggle on the trigger, which I can certainly live with, I really do like it. and I think it's going to do very, very well indeed. So it's Pete Moore signing off. Tell your friends if you enjoyed it. Tell me if you didn't. I've got thick skin. And if you want to speak to me, then it's pmore@shootingsports@gmail.com. And I'll see you later with more good stuff.